This is the Horse Radio Network.
This is episode 873 of Horse Tip Daily. A different horse tip, a different equine topic, a different equestrian expert every day. Horse Tip Daily brings the world of equine knowledge to you, one day at a time. Greetings, horse people. Coach Jen here, and thanks for tuning in to Horse Tip Daily. Today's tip is an excerpt from the eventing radio show. Eventing groom extraordinary Max Corcoran joins Samantha Clark to talk about flying horses. No, not over cross-country jumps, but in airplanes. And we'll get right to our tip after this shopping tip from EquestrianCollections.com.
Hi, Glenn here from the Horse Radio Network, and I'm with Debbie from Equestrian Collections with this week's Product of the Week, and I can speak to this one, Debbie.
Hi. This week, Glenn, we're featuring the Noble Equine Ringside Pack. The reason we picked this is because this is not just your everyday backpack. I know when you go to Ringside, you're always, I don't care how good your pack is, things are falling everywhere. This thing has room for everything from your helmet to your hoof pick. And I know that you've used this in the past and just love it.
Yeah, I got one about 5 months ago, and I actually use it as my briefcase now, too. Now, this thing will fit a helmet, which it has a compartment on the outside of the backpack that will fit. Well, we've stuffed a couple different helmets in, and they fit just fine. So it fits your helmet. It has a whip holder. It has about 1 million pockets, and I have actually replaced my briefcase now, and I use this to travel on airplanes and everywhere I go. I put my computer in it because it has every pocket in just the right place that I need. It is perfect that way. Plus, the shoulder straps are perfect the way they fit. You know how some backpacks just dig into you?
Yeah.
I don't care how much weight you put in this one. You're not going to have that problem with these. These shoulder straps are made beautifully. I love this pack.
And, you know, I think another really cool little feature is the inside is gold. So you can find things.
Yes.
Which is another thing. When you're ringside, you know, everybody's all nervous and looking for stuff and you can't find something. It's right there. It's so easy. So this is a must-have for everybody, not just the show mom, but the person who's on an airplane, right?
Right, exactly. You know, it's a little bit more expensive than the packs you're going to find at, let's say, Walmart. But this is quality. The stuff, the material it's made out is super tough. You could throw it on a plane and not have to worry about that. And what other pack are you going to find that has a place for a helmet, and actually is made for a helmet, and also a whip holder? You're not going to find one.
Nope. This is unique. And you can get this from us at EquestrianCollections.com. It makes a great present.
Perfect for the holidays. Absolutely perfect. And you can fill it with full of goodies, too, as a gift.
As long as you get them from EquestrianCollections.com.
So, Max, welcome to the Eventing Radio Show. Welcome back, I should say.
Yeah, thanks for having me back.
Let's talk about flying with horses. What are some of the things that you should be aware of, and how do you prepare them for it, and what is the actual trip like?
The trip itself was actually not too bad. The horses, recently the FedEx has stopped flying horses into Stansted, so it makes the trip just a little bit trickier. These horses flew out of New York, JFK, and flew into Liège, Belgium, and they then ground shipped from Liège to where we were based here, which is not for about 45 minutes here from Blenheim. So the trip itself from start to finish took about 20 hours, which sounds like a lot, but the horses on the airplane, it's very, very still. When they're on the lorry, it's a nice ride for them, and they cope with it very well. I mean, the things to know, it's just a little bit knowing those horses and to know what's normal for them if they, you try really hard not to sedate them at all, not only just for the drug rules, but also because it affects their balance so much. So with flying, it's the other thing people keep thinking you need to keep going back and checking on these horses, but the flight's so quiet, the less you check on them, the better they're going to actually rest. And these guys, they did very well. Pirate and Ben both ate really well, and Pirate's actually done better since he's been here. So it's been actually a very good trip for both of them. Yeah.
And where do you sit on the plane? You don't sit it's not all I have is memories of it's horrifying.
No, yeah, exactly. The first time I ever flew with horses, I was like, please don't shoot the horse, But usually there's what they call a professional groom on the plane with us that sort of does a lot of logistical paperwork and stuff like that. And they're, ultimately the people that are completely in charge. But I've gotten to know some of them now, which is nice because they let me sort of do what I need to do, or let me have a say with how these horses are and stuff. So that's kind of nice. But we sit up front. We're just behind the cockpit. And actually, funny enough, on this last flight, we flew with a company called TNT. And there's no door to the cockpit. It's open the entire time, which to me is so strange because usually there's a code and people are guarding it and stuff. So just behind the cockpit, there's about 4 first-class seats, big seats that tip all the way back. And
nice.
It is way better than flying commercial. It is the best. So I've downloaded a couple seasons of The West Wing on my iPad, and I sit back and, every couple of episodes I go back and check on the horses, and suddenly we land. So the flight itself was only 6 hours. It was a quick trip, so it was pretty fantastic. It was easy, and the shippers are great, and obviously too because you're traveling with for the team for the USEF, they pay a little bit better attention to you as well. So, but it was pretty easy. It wasn't too bad.
Does it get cold or hot? What kind of blankets?
No, because they're in sort of like a 2-horse trailer on a pallet. It stays pretty warm in there. I usually do put some sort of a sheet or some sort of a lightweight quilty, something that I could put on them if it does get cold or for some reason we're delayed somewhere or something. I can get something on top of them. But for the most part, they stay pretty toasty.
And what about leg protection and tail guards and things like that? Yeah,
usually not a tail wrap per se because you just don't know how long they're going to be staying there. And there's stories, which I've seen, of horses when you go to pull off their tail wrap and the entire tail comes off. So some people like those little quilted bumper things, but then usually on their legs we put on whatever they're going to be, whatever they normally wear, shipping boots. Some people go with nothing. Some people go with wraps and boots. It's just it's all personal preference and what the horse is used to.
And that pretty much takes care of it. Flying first class with your horses. You can also find lots more tips on topics ranging from barn care to websites for horse people on horsetipdaily.com. Just look for the topics drop-down menu on the left. And you can tune in every week at eventingradio.com for the latest news from the eventing universe, plus interviews and advice from top riders from around the world. And now you can have all of the Horse Radio Network shows with you wherever you go with our new free app for iPhone and Android. Just go to your app store and search Horse Radio Network. Download it today. It's free. And don't forget to support our sponsors here on Horse Tip Daily because they really do make these podcasts possible. Today's podcast has been brought to you through the generous support of EquestrianCollections.com. The Horse Radio Network and the Horse Radio Network hosts are not responsible for statements of guests or their opinions. Use your own judgment when listening to the tips provided by the experts on Horse Tip Daily.